don't think country music can talk about social issues without ended up being racist.
Was like, what do y'all think about this "Charted in a Small Town" song by Jason Aldean? Now, if you don't think about Jason Aldean, you know he's a country singer who was at what was the name of that hotel in Vegas that was the site of the largest mass shooting, I think, in American history, right? Where we had that
Yeah,
mass
yeah, at the
shooting.
concert, yeah, in
Yeah, I can't
Vegas.
remember the name of it, and it's on the
Stagecoach.
tip. Huh?
Stagecoach. It was called Stagecoach.
That was the name of the event for sure. And the name of the hotel, I can't remember, is right off the highway when you drive into Vegas from California. But was there for that tragic event, and with coming out with this song, "Try That in a Small Town." And y'all should go listen to it and you know, develop your own opinions on it. But a lot of people are criticizing it because they say it has a lot of little dog whistles in it. That it's a cute song about country living and basically about sticking up for, you know, a lot of stuff that's happening in big cities, looting and robbing and these big protests and all this wokeness, basically, if you will, all of this. But even more so, like the crime, just the crazy stuff. Like, you ain't finna come out here and do that in the country, because we band together, we stick together, we are a unified front. However, in the video is shot at the site where lynchings used to happen in Hoover, Alabama. There are specific images of Black Lives Matter protests being demonstrated as things that are not allowed in their town. The kind of deep anti-woke messaging that's in it is very strong. And then a lot of people are saying that the whole dog whistle for "keep that in," you know, not in our town, or try that bullshit in the small town, is like almost like, you know, y'all go back to them Democrat-led cities and states. That's the favorite talking point of conservatives these days. Is the reason why homelessness and crime and whatever, every problem is it's a Democrat controlled
But it's
state,
worse
right?
than conservative states. But, you know, we're not going to do that.
You know, but it's just a little bit too obvious, and so a lot of
And
people are frustrated about the video. What is your take, Plug, on Jason Aldean, on shooting this video, on the context of the song? Like, what's your vibe?
so I'll say this. CMT removed the video from rotation because the courthouse is, like you pointed out, was the scene of a horrific lynching of an 18-year-old who's accused of raping a white girl, which is this was kind of par for the course at that time in those places. And so for him to be on the truck talking about what they want and what they willing to do and all of that other shit, you know, CMT kind of recognized that may be a little tone deaf. This is my thing, though. And when you first sent it to me, as I told you, I'll say it in front of our audience as well, I tried to listen to it, but I couldn't. Not a fan of country music at all. I have an aversion to it. And especially country music that attempts to have some type of woke mess, or not, I won't even say woke, but like conscious or elevated or political, right? It's not just singing about my baby and I'm singing about you singing about the world and the country, you know what I'm saying, and all of that other shit. Once you start getting political in country music, it always goes, I was gonna say left, but it goes right. You know what I'm saying? Get it. It always goes extremely right. And so for me, I think this is just another case of, I don't think country music can talk about social issues without ended up being racist because of the ethos of it, like the messages that those people care about. Like it's hick white people. It's hick off-brand rhythm and blues, right? It is country-fied, you know, beer battered chicken compared to southern fried golden brown fried chicken. You know what I mean? It's that difference. And so because of where they operate from, they can't help it. There's always gonna be some shit. It's the music is anti-black, right? The country singers have always been racist. They canceled the Dixie Chicks just because they was against how, like, the war in Afghanistan, right? They were for peace, right? Canceled the Dixie Chicks for that type of shit. Like, these is just
gotta look out of there.
Yeah, country singers is like, country music is just not the type of music for a progressive thinking individual, right? And so, like, I'm not surprised. It reminds me of the Brad Paisley, LL Cool J incident.
The accidental racist.
The accidental racist.
That was a peculiar time.
Foolishness. And so, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
You can expect more stuff like this in the future. They're gonna try to be stand up for. Well, we're just standing up for our country or our culture. We're standing up from what we believe in. Yeah, and at the foundation of that is racism. So as long as you're standing up for that, you're standing up for some form of anti-blackness. So have at it.
My take on it, and I'll be quick, is and Jason Aldean released a statement and was like, "Oh, basically, y'all reading into some shit that's not there. Like y'all reaching. Like this is just an innocent song about a country boy from a country place who is just talking about unity, and it's a beautiful message there. But y'all don't want to see that. Y'all want to over politicize everything. And I think the trouble with that is the whole idea of try that in a small town ignores the baggage and the racist history of small towns.
Small towns,
Small
yes.
towns have also historically been called what? Starts with an S.
Sundown
Mm-hmm.
towns.
Yes, they've been
My
called sundowns.
university, the University of
Nigga, like
Oklahoma, Norman,
you have
Oklahoma,
to
was a
navigate
sundown
these
town.
towns by using a book called the
Hmm.
Green Book, right? Historically, like those are the towns you don't go to. So a lot of black people, a lot of queer people don't get benefits from those towns, right? They don't benefit from being in those places. There's not a
You
lot
know
that
who
can.
really enjoy being in them places?
Hmm.
Backwards ass white men.
Very much so, right? And so I think that in a sense it's important storytelling, using the music to allow for people to connect with you, to have those rally points, to have those messages that soothe and speak to people's experiences. All that shit is important. That's why music is good. That's why we love music. Is I think of people. However, you do got to hold that back when it comes to you being responsible for what it communicates and how people will deploy it and use it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was whole people, I forget what song, but that, Donald Trump was playing at a lot of his rallies and they was like, cease and desist. Do not play my shit there because I know why I wrote it and how when you use it, it means a certain thing to your people and it communicates
Right.
a certain vibe and energy that the song was never created for. The issue with this song, Try That in a Small Town, is it gives a certain group of people, it emboldens them. It gives them something to rally behind it. What you didn't mean, they mean by that shit. So maybe you didn't mean sundown town. Maybe you didn't mean no protest. Maybe you didn't mean, we are more of a blue lives and a black lives matter place. Maybe that's not what you meant, but that's how a whole lot of somebody's gonna take
That's
that shit.
how it will be utilized,
That's
without a
gonna
doubt.
be their battle song. That's gonna be their battle cry. That's gonna be what gets them going. That's gonna be their new January 6th
And he
anthem.
probably okay with that. He probably okay. The
Well, he
whole
probably
y'all
didn't
just
know.
want to politicize. That's what all racists say about discrimination. Period. Oh, y'all just looking into something that's not there. Yeah, that's why even amongst the Supreme Court, discrimination in the form of race is always held to the highest scrutiny. So
Hey,
he believe
and
that shit.
so I mean, good luck to the man's, with his new anthem. It's election season coming up, so I'm sure there are gonna be some
You
people
gonna
in
hear it a
in the
lot.
South using that as their song for their meetings and where people gather and they have their battle against wokeness and they do whatever. Maybe a big presidential candidate's not gonna use it, but I guarantee you it's gonna be at the rallies of a lot of people in those places who want to get those folks charged up. And so it's sad. It's predictable, but sad.
Very,
And
very.
just kind of proof that why you say we politicize and make everything political, y'all politicize and everything else too. We here.
Yeah.
So hey.